Ah, all right. Good morning, our people. Good morning. As you can see, I'm all dressed up as an Igbo woman. It's all about the Lower Niger Federation today. We are going home. We are not afraid of who we are. We are actually here to take a prideful place. We are here to possess our position today. So thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mona Saga, and of course, you can see on our screen we have a special guest in the house. He's gonna bring us some good news of all the wonderful things that we are about to achieve in that lower Niger, if only we can key into the Nina strategy. We are the ones holding ourselves back. We are the ones delaying this freedom, this self-determination that our brother Tony and LNC and Lower Niger and amongst others have worked for 21 years. We are the one now running around in wilderness, and if time is not taken, after the 40 years, it will turn into 400 years. But me as an Igbo woman, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to be in my prideful place. As you can see, I'm all about Igbo Nation today, and as well as all the other nations in the Lower Niger Congress Federation. So I'm going to have my sister introduce herself, and then we'll take off.
Thank you so much, Sister Mona. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you, our guests. We appreciate everyone. My name is Dr. Ekwi Simon Okube. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. Before we proceed, let's give us food for thought. The first weapon you need as a freedom advocate in this 21st century is accurate information. Accurate information. If you must speak for your people, you must arm yourself with the right information, not propaganda, because that can be very dangerous, especially if you want to be taken serious at the international scene. This is why we come here every Saturday to get our people properly informed. So we plead with you to be an active partner in this movement by sharing our content and those of other media outlets under LNC Nina's project. Now, the second weapon is like we're getting noise in the background.
Right. No, it's not from me. Our brother,
Oh,
can you mute your phone? I think maybe our brother.
okay, thank you. So the second weapon we need is brain power. Brain power, not necessarily academic degrees and qualifications, but the ability to reason and understand simple logic. Those who enslaved us for over 100 years did that because we could not follow simple logic of slavery. Thank you very much for being an active partner. Share, please, so that we can work together. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, share so that we can work together. We know there are vices against what we're doing, but it would behoove us for us to allow these people to win this war. So, what you need to do is to get this information out, try to understand what we're saying, because I'm telling you, after we have been on air for so many months, after our brother Tony has been on all kinds of radio stations talking about takedown of constitution, my PhD holders in Houston, Texas area, and my so-called professionals, they are still talking about restructuring. And they will be so proudly, yeah, I know about what they're doing. Please, 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 guys, it's time. It's time for us to key in and understand. It's no longer appropriate for you to give haphazard news as if it's the important thing that we are talking about. So before we get started, I wanted to talk about the Juneteenth that the federal government here in the U.S. signed into law. It almost reminds me of where we are going with where we are right now. That one day we will truly be free in our land, because right now we are not free at all. So Juneteenth is a freedom day for all. Martin Luther King famously said that no one is free until we are all free. And that's what we're telling our people. Don't let your ability to live overseas deceive you that you're free. If you have to leave your own father's land and live somewhere else, you are not free. You are not free indeed. And while you are here, a lot of us are always thinking about home, because he came from somewhere. My sister April will say that's where your placenta was buried. And no matter how successful you are in overseas, that placenta will be calling your name for you to take care of your land. So we want to I want to emphasize a little more on this Juneteenth. On the last week, on the 17th, this week, I'm sorry, on the 17th, it was signed into law. Juneteenth is officially the Juneteenth National Independence Day and historically known as the Jubilee Day, Black Independence Day, and Emancipation Day. Is often observed by African Americans, and they celebrate the African American culture. It originated in Galveston, Texas. And they've been celebrating it annually on June 19th in various parts of the United States since 1866. So we're talking about over 100 years. But this year it was recognized again as a federal holiday when President Biden signed it into law. So we celebrate Juneteenth because he allowed the slaves. You know, if you guys, I guess I'll go ahead and tell the story. Juneteenth is about the slaves that they learned that they were free 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. The 2 years. So we want freedom. We don't want you to sit around doing whatever you're doing and self-determination is at your door and you're still talking about restructuring. So let freedom ring for enslaved people all over the earth. So our topic today is unity, strength, and beauty in
So, wait,
diversity.
Sister Muna,
Yes.
can I add something to what you just said?
Yes, yes.
You know, the beauty of what we our brothers in brothers and sisters in America, the Black Americans, the beauty of what they're doing is that they did not give up. I said these people were moved to a strange land.
Mhm.
They started fighting. The marginalization we suffer in our home, they suffered it. Injustice
Mhm.
that we suffer at home, they suffered it. But they didn't give up. They continued to fight the system, not by going to die anyhow, but they continue to fight, enter the system, like fight for their rights. Imagine what this place was when in like 1920
I don't
and
want to imagine.
today.
Mhm.
So this is tenacity. This is when people are persistent. We're telling our people this struggle that we're inside is not what you do one moment and go and sleep. It's not something you do 1 year and go and sleep. It's operation push till you see result. Operation push till you see result. You will continue to push. Whatever is going to take us, we will push until we get what we want, like others are getting elsewhere. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. My sister, we have no choice. So the good thing about all of this that we were born for, we all of us that are interested in the freedom of our people are born for this, and we're not going anywhere unless death comes. So we are here to ensure that freedom do ring in our land. So our topic today is unity, strength, and beauty in diversity, Edo nation slash Midwest perspective. As you can see, we have our wonderful brother in the house to give us even further perspective. So, from labor to leader, everyone's participation is essential in nation building. We have said this over and over and over again. Some people are sitting there thinking, oh, how may well let them continue to do while I'm drawing my business plan. You know, once they get their self determination, I will come there and, lay down my business plan and start running. And we're saying that no, we are all stakeholders. Everyone must participate. And again, you do not want a nation that someone else got for you because you're going to be his slave or her slave for the rest of your life. So the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination is a movement determined to stop current as well as forestall future carnage in our land. NINAS is made up of concerned citizens from Middle Belt, Southwest, the Yoruba area, and of course the Lower Niger Block. They are united against the common aggressor we know who they are. They don't hide themselves. Who has been ever plotting and also bent on killing us to take over our land. So we are inviting you today to come in and join us to see what we can do to build a better future for yourself and of course your people. So as we work on and solidify our alliance with friends, neighbors, stakeholders, we are going to welcome our brother, Dr. Isu Momodu, to Daughters of Truth. I will have my brother. My brother, please go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience. I don't want to mess it up. You know yourself more than I do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, my sisters. Good evening from here to you all and to our viewers. Thank you for having me. Uh, like you rightly said, my name is Isi Momodu. I'm an Isama from Edo Nation. Some notable Isa persons our viewers might know. include Chief Anthony Enahoro, the person who moved the motion for Nigeria independence as far back as 1953. We also have another Asian person our viewers might know that include Professor Ambrose Ali, the first democratically elected governor of then Bender State. We also have another illustrious Asian son, the person of Sonny Okosun and his Ozidi band. We all remember that in one of Sonny Okosun's songs, Papa's Land, the lyrics of that song are as relevant as what is happening in Nigeria today. Who owns the land? Papa's land. We want to know who owns the land. So if we now translate it to what is happening today, the Igbo land belongs to Igbo people. Edo land should belong to Edo people. TV land should belong to TV people. Ijaw land should belong to Ijaw people. So we cannot afford to allow a marauding, tyrannical, blood-testing, Fulani jihadists to seize our ancestral space. If we allow, we in Edo will not have the opportunity of having our revered Oba Obini, Oba Atokbele. He will not be replaced, God forbid, with an emir of Edo. We will no longer have the Onoge of Ekboma, whom we also revere. We will not have emir of Ekboma. We will no longer have Onoge of Uromi, whom we revere, but the emir of Uromi. So, in end effect, we have to make sure that we stop any journey to further election that will renew our enslavement in 2023. That is our main focus now.
Absolutely. That is our main focus. Yeah, thank you so much for that introduction. So I remember the song "Who Owns the Papa's Land." My brother, thank you for bringing that up. You know, a lot of us were just singing it. Our brother Sonny Okosun saw that these people were coming to steal our land, and he tried to alert us with song. We didn't, of course, we didn't get the cue. We thought it was disco time, you know. So, but now we know who owns it. Oh yeah, that's what it was turned into, disco. You know, and he was sending a covert message to us, of course. So the people of Edo State, they are referred as the heartbeat of the fund Nigeria. As we look forward to our self-determination and emancipation of ethnic nationalities within the Lower Niger block, please, my brother, help us. Do you see that Edo Nation will become the heartbeat of the emerging federation of that territory?
Yes, absolutely. I sincerely agree to that. We are still going to be the heartbeat of Edo Nation in the Lower Niger Federation because of the following reasons. First of all, Edo Nation is optimally geographically located. This allows for easy movement from west to east and from east to west. In other words, if Yorubas are going to do business in Igbo Nation, they will pass through Edo Nation, which is Benin City, the center of Edo Nation. If Igbos, our brothers, are going to Yoruba land to do business in Lagos, and as you know, they pass through Edo. So we are geographically situated. So that's one of the reasons why we say we are going to be the
Heartbeat.
somebody is reverberating, I don't know. We are still going to be the nation of we are still going to be the heartbeat of our donation. However, I want to also include that the donation, which is in the Lower Niger Federation, is sandwiched between three ethnic nations. Sorry, I'm hearing some sound. I don't know where it's coming from.
Yes, I can hear
Hearing
the background information,
Yeah,
background
yeah.
sound too. Okay.
Okay, it's clear now. Okay, thank you. We are sandwiched, like I was saying, we are sandwiched between three big ethnic nationalities. Yeah. To the east, we have our Igbo brothers. To the west, we have the Yorubas. To the north, we have nations of the Middle Belt, the Galas and others. So that places us as the what do you call it? The heartbeat of Edo nation. Sorry. So the second one is we are located in the middle of the rainforest. The rainforest that is very suitable for agriculture, very rich in flora and fauna. So we are going to exploit that for our economic benefit. So that also accounts for a donation as the heartbeat of the future Lower Niger Federation. So economically, a donation has a huge reserve of oil and gas. So we are going to exploit this maximally for the benefit of our Edo people. Then we have a rich deposit of mineral resources, solid minerals. We have limestone that could be used in the production of cement. We have kaolin that could be used in cosmetic industries and pharmaceutical industries. Apart from that, we have a vast reserve of natural forests. For instance, the Okomu Forest Reserve is a tourist destination. So that is a gold mine for Edo people. If we are independent, we don't have to be getting allocation from tourism and taking it to the caliphate in Abuja and giving us a pittance. So whatever we realize from there will be used for the development of our Edo people. That is why this freedom is very, very, very vital to us in Edo. That is why we are keen into Nina's template. We also have an opportunity that nature has provided us with, which make a donation as the heartbeat of Lower Niger Federation. That is the Gele Sea Port. When we are independent, it is not what these present politicians, whether as governor or whether in House of Reps who are agents of Fulani are saying. No, that's not what that. When we are really independent, we are going to exploit this port for the benefit of the people. It will facilitate the external trade with our foreign partners. So that is also another huge money spinning landmine for Edo people. Then culturally, Edo nation has a very rich cultural heritage, which originated from the great ancient Benin Empire that is known in the whole world for its outstanding architecture, artistry, which include wood carving. Carving of wood is very, very prevalent in Edo State. The ivory work, the casting of bronze. So let me take our viewers back to what Edo has in stock. You know, we had Festac 1977. The symbol of that Festac was an ivory mask. That ivory mask is a very precious artifact stolen by the invading British personnel or criminals, let me put it that way, that raided the Oba of Benin Palace, took more than 2,000 artifacts from Benin. This mask was taken. So when other Obasanjo wanted to do the Festac, the Nigerian government had to apply to borrow with huge sums of money. This ivory mask, the ivory mask is a symbol of Oba, that is the queen mother. So beautifully made and still very beautiful. So we hire that and pay sums of money. So somebody stole your thing and you are using money to borrow it to just take it to have it for some hours. That is nonsense. So this is why the independence of Edo in the Lower Niger Federation is very, very vital to us. So the artwork and artifacts stolen by the colonial masters that has littered all museums in Europe, most of them are from Benin. So all this make a donation as the heartbeat of not only in defunct Nigeria, but future Lower Niger Federation.
We can't hear you, Sister Mona. We can't hear you, Sister Mona. Sorry, viewers. We'll get back to you.
Okay, hello.
Okay,
What
back.
about now?
Yes, now you're back.
I don't know what's going on. I didn't do anything different. I didn't touch anything. I'm sorry. All right. So no, I was saying, can you please tell us the story of the artifact that was found in the University of Kentucky, where you are, that belongs to the Edo Kingdom?
Okay, you're talking to me.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there was a case of someone that was studying, and it's not really, I don't think it's a Edo state, I'm not sure where, no, but it's one of the African places. And you find out that that artifact came from a particular, like, indigenous place. And in that place, they had a series of it because it's something about their grandfathers. So for one generation to the other generation. So that's how, in that clan, they count the generation. This person is this, this person is this, this person is this. So one was missing. So the boy came to study here in the university and found it. So he was like, no, we've been looking for this in my family. And as God will have it, the professor was an honest person, listened to him, and they went together to his place. And he saw the rest of the series and saw the position that was missing and knew that it was stolen. So they made plan from here and returned it, back to them. So that's what we're telling our people. Now, and that's why sometimes when people say, oh, Nigeria is owing, we are owing, how are we going to pay? I say, calm down, let's finish getting our nation first so that we know who is owing who. Because we know who is owing who at the end of it all. The most important thing is for the indigenous peoples to get their freedom first, get their self-determination. When we are done with all that, there are so many other things, and that's why we tell people, Nina's always tell people that this self-determination project is not something you finish today. But we're saying that once transitional government is in place, things will begin to happen that you will see it. You will see the results. You will see that now we have begun to build a nation. Now we have begun to be alive. As it is now, we are all dead. We are not even alive yet. So until we bring down that 1999 constitution, then the transitional government will begin. Some of these changes will begin. You start seeing it. You start seeing the changes. And those that stole our things will begin the negotiation. and then we'll know who is owing who at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Absolutely. So, in tandem to the 1999 Constitution, I'm going to play a video by one of our brother from the Ishan to support the takedown of 1999. We have played this video numerously here, but this is just to tie in also to the next question.
Muhini government igbe negbe na rere masha wona oleze na Daniel Ekropo be ole mase ya ono hi na ole bocholi 1999 constitution oleze imu ajisu fo ayemi mwina umori atomu ane bashana yono re mugo anyo na sotama olotu na chena ninas Nigeria Indigenous Nationality Alliance for Self-Determination that way Ebejana or Ebinakuru that declared actually force major. When are in 90 days in New government, now they know we no senior, like if you're no better than no okay no. Bima Kalo ye Imanera. Okay, now they know no two no senior Makirio Bonaki. We are ashing www.freedomfromnigeria.com. We are kitchen what to put billion or Bakibilo or Nare power will ban to Nakiki. Mavi no autonomy okay no okay menu. It's a oh ye.
Oh yeah.
It's oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Right. So I know I didn't hear what he said, but that's the whole point. We want to be able to speak our language to our people at any point in time without any hesitation. Like it should be the language of choice for most of
This is
us.
Amona.
Yes.
You see that sound? It sounded like Ore in Igbo. That means it's done. It's ready. I mean,
Oh yeah.
let's start eating.
You're right. It definitely sounds like it. So the 1999 Constitution that we know is the source of all our problems, especially with the so-called Fulanese. We know they are using that to basically continue to enable the carnage that is going on in our land. And we wanted to find out from you if you can at least shed some more light into the issues of the 1999 Constitution and how we can use it to actually get the self-determination that we are looking for.
Yeah, thank you very much. The 1999 Constitution, since December 16, 2020, has been invalidated. It's not in dispute. It's no longer relevant to our daily lives in the Alliance territory, including the Bojoni Edo Nation in the Lower Niger Federation. So we can still, go back and look at this fraudulent document called 99 Constitution that seized all our assets, that seized our sovereignty, that has prevented us from defending ourselves in the face of massive attack. We are no longer strangers to the daily happenings in the Tiv land. We are no longer strangers to daily happenings in Igbo land. We are also no strangers to daily killings, maiming, raping of our women, children, elderly in Yoruba land. This cuts across all indigenous nationalities in Alliance territories. So we have no other excuse but to key into Nina's template, because Nina's template has provided us an opportunity, an escape route from a jailhouse in a peaceful manner, not allowing us to share blood unnecessarily, not allowing us to take the route of Yugoslavia, not allowing us to take the route of Sudan, not allowing us to take the route or the path of Somalia, known as NINAS, through Lower Niger Congress, Ila Omo Oduduwa, Middle Belt Forum, that all came together as NINAS, has provided us the opportunity not only to gain our sovereignty seized, which are seized by the national constitution, but to allow the innate abilities of individuals in these regions to develop at their own space. Because the mindset of this marauding, tyrannical, Wahhabist elements called the Fulanis, they subscribe to Wahhabism. Wahhabism, a variant of Islam, is mutually exclusive to constitutional democracy, which other alliance, other regions in alliance territory subscribe to. So for that reason, we have chosen in a donation to key into the Nina's pathway that has repudiated in the 1999 Constitution. We also know that it took a period of almost 21 years to arrive at this stage. You know, we have to work out charters of relation, we have to work out solemn assemblies like the one that was done in Port Harcourt in 2015, the one that was done in Ibadan in 2017, the one that was done in Makurdi in 2018. So all these movements in the alliance territory have repudiated this piece of slavery called 1999 Constitution. So that's what I will now have unfettered access to development at our own space.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nina's strategy, like you said, is the only strategy that will make sure that people are not killed unnecessary, is to make sure that we divide the assets without war, is the step that will allow us to get to referendum. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense at this point in time. So anybody advocating for somebody else, something else, will have themselves to blame at the end of the day. And that's why we're asking people to please understand what is going on, so that you're not speaking from both sides of your mouth. You're not thinking is this and is that. Because if we actually get this, that the power has returned to the people since December 17th, my dear, would have gone a long way by now. The problem is that some of us are still confused. We don't know what was done. They call constitutional majority. Some people call it all kinds of stuff. They don't know what it is. Despite the numerous appearance of our brother on all kinds of television shows explaining this over and over again, and we're still suffering from what do I call it? Brain dead disease, I don't know, brain non-functioning disease. So we really have to do better. And that's why we wanted our brother. So brother Isi Momodu, we thank you so much for coming out here today, because I'm telling you, sometimes they need to hear it from you for it to begin to make sense. You saw our sister. Oh, by the way, Sister Augusta is not here today.
Okay.
How she went viral with the same information that we've been sharing all along. So we are hoping that the people from the Edo Nation, as well as the rest of our people from the Lower Niger Federation, maybe if they hear it from you, it will begin to make sense. Because we have spoken and spoken and spoken, we've lost our voices almost like. So anyone that knows how to deliver this message to our people, please come forth. We need to go home. Sister, go ahead.
Yes, thank
Yes, thank
you,
you,
Sister
sister.
Mona.
No.
It says
Is
that
it
I'm
that
thinking. Hello.
hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There's an echo. Okay, I think it's okay now. Thank you for mentioning. Yeah, viewers, Sister Augusta had to grant another interview, in another meeting. Some people are watching. I think it's either on now, a few minutes to be on. So see, we are using multi-dimensional approach to get to everyone. Thank you, brother EC. Like the way you explain everything, and I'm happy you mentioned the solemn assemblies that we are done, because some of our people don't understand what some of these things that we say. I'm glad you mentioned it, and it should be a great news for people. A message of hope that freedom is here. All the people that say they want freedom, they've been making noise, they want freedom, shouting, they want freedom, I want freedom. It's like a child is saying, I'm hungry, I want to eat. You now bring food. She's still there sitting down and throwing tantrum, crying, I want to eat, I want to eat. See food on the table now, the food is in front of you. Eat it. No. That's why some of our people are still doing. So we're talking about practical demonstration of the rejection of this Nigeria, this one Nigeria, this carcass that is called one Nigeria. Because all the official things that need to be done have been done. Everything that the United Nations wanted us to do, Ninas has done. All is left is for you, the people. And that's why we talk about activation of people's power. But I'm not taking work from you. I'll ask you a question, but I'm trying to catch up. Because
Carry on, my
sometimes
sister.
when we talk, people are not able to gather the information together that where are we going. So we are saying that this, like our brother said, that 1999 constitution has been replicated. My people will say, "Gini jizenketong," as in, why is the dog not dead already? Why is the dog not? If you saw these things have been done, why is the dog still alive now? You have a part in it. You can hear all the things our brother mentioned about how beautiful a nation will be if only we can leave that prison. That's not noise. I started again. Okay, thank you. If we can leave that prison practically, we have left it officially because we have done the constitutional force majeure. But you have some practical things that you need to do as a citizen of this proposed nation. And that is abandoning the preparation for 2023 general elections for the Fulanis. Because since they're the ones that always say who wants to rule, it's the Fulanis that say who will win. It's the Fulanis that do the INEC. It's the Fulanis that do everything. Even when you vote somebody that you want in your state, Fulanis will take their candidates and put. So the election is for the Fulanis, by the Fulanis.
For the Fulanis.
For the Fulanis. Why do you want to be part of it as an indigenous person in Nigeria? It is not for you. They've rigged everything before you came. So we need to move on to our transition. That's what we're saying. And plan for our referendums and the Charter of Relationships, like our brother has mentioned. So as a result, what we're saying now, where we are now, is called neighborhood mobilization. You, in your area, in your neighborhood, there's something that you need to do to practically ensure that these political parties and all their agents of caliphate in your land, that they close shop. That is what we're saying. That is what our brother is saying. We need grassroots and social media mobilization. Violence is not the answer. We do not want to play into the hands of the enemy, because once you start doing you play into their hands because they're already waiting with guns to shoot you. Meanwhile, you don't have any gun to shoot them back. All you can do is die. Like what is happening in the Southeast. So we want to be smart about this mobilization. You can sing, you can add drama to get your communities involved in what we're saying. All this I said so that I can ask my brother the question I want to ask him. So please, Brother Isi Mamudu, thank you so much for all that you have explained, because you are putting it down, so that someone that doesn't have ear will hear. Tell us, because we know that you have already started mobilization in your community. Can you tell us what you are doing as a person for your community members? Because people that are watching, we want to do the same in their own communities. Because while we're saying this thing is grassroots mobilization, please tell our people and explain to them. Thank you.
Oh, I need to unmute you. My brother. Okay, go ahead. So sorry.
So thank you, Sister Ekwe, for the question. You see, we also believe that the educator must be educated. First things first, you have to get grounded in Nina's template. What is Nina all about? After imbibing that, knowing what Nina's is up to, then you mobilize your immediate family, first of all, your children, your husband, your wife, your friends, all of them. I have done that personally. My daughter, my other children, they are members. They are not only members of Lower Niger Congress, they are financial due paying members. So everybody involved in NINAS must abide by that. Register, become an active member because it's your freedom. Nobody is going to give you freedom. You have to
Say
fight
that
for it.
again. Say it again, my brother. Say it again.
So what I'm saying is that, you see, freedom, nobody is going to give you free. You have to fight for it. Mobilize your household because we are facing an existential threat. So part of the mobilization is you conquer your immediate family, friends, then you go to the organizations using NINA's template you have studied and imbibed. For instance, in my location, where I live in Germany, in Kassel, we have been able to bring NINA's template into the forefront. Remember, in December also, we organized March to Berlin. We were able to bring NINA's template into the forefront to add to the NSAS movement. Explain to people that the NSAS problem is flowing from the 1999 Constitution. We brought that into the forefront. That's what we took to Berlin. We went to the Nigerian embassy in Berlin. So I will implore all viewers, my brothers and sisters, to key into this mobilization strategy. Then you also have to make sure that your religious bodies, you go to churches. You go to churches, you organize meetings, town hall meetings, share pamphlets. Then, above all, we are now in the era of social media. You use social media to mobilize or disseminate whatever information pertaining to NINA strategy that is at your disposal. You share it among your friends. For instance, the video you just shared explaining constitutional force majeure in ASAN. That's what we did back home. So what we are saying is that we are not static here in Europe, in Germany, where we are, but we are taking this one back to the locality where it matters. So that is where the battle is. That is where the fight is. So we are doing that in the churches. Our brother Clement Agbomia is doing that and organizing youth, actively involved in messaging in social media. So even Daughters of Truth is gaining acceptance, is gaining followership in our locality. So that is what we are doing.
Wow. Thank you, my brother. That is outstanding. And this is what we tell our people that are going around having all kinds of village meeting. Instead of using it to plan your 2021 annual gala, because that's what they will do. They will lie to themselves and plan an annual gala from city to city in the United States, and then come up with raise $20,000 to go and build a hospital that they cannot fund. My dear, if we can all key into this Minan strategy, use our resources and our efforts to understand what we're doing, because no matter how much you try to build a faulty foundation, it will fall on your head. You will die. You will die. So, our brother Isimomodu, we cannot thank you enough for elevating this Nina strategy, even in your community platform as well. And if only people can understand this, because they think, oh, who know I want the Ninas? And they are we are all Ninas. And you need to find whatever you can do in your village meeting. Like you said, you conquer your family first, and then you move to your community, and then you go even further. That's what we all need to do as we watch these things, because there is no other way. Once we get this information out there, we will get to our destination faster. I don't know how else to explain this. Let me allow my sister, maybe she can help to get
No,
this.
my sister, this thing is so simple. And that's why sometimes in our show, we tell people, stop taking things that damage your brain. Because we're asking, why is it that something that is so simple, somebody's not understanding? There must be a problem somewhere. Either that you're eating something that is damaging the part of brain, because there's a part of brain that is meant for reasoning, cognition.
Mm-hmm.
If you drink too much, it will affect it. So when we enter, it will enter through here and come out through here. You're not retaining it. It's affecting your short-term memory. That's why you need to do this for us. And we are talking of practical steps because this freedom is for the people, the indigenous peoples. No shouting, hey, wait, they're killing us, they're killing us. You need to calm down. It's not about noise making.
Mm-hmm.
You need to calm down and think, like my sister Ndidi was saying in one of our broadcasts. He said, our people, all we do is dance. We are not able to calm down, listen, and reason. This thing is not calling for noise. You don't even need violence in what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need violence. You just need to calm down. And like our brother said, the educator need to be educated first.
Amen.
Because we find this in this platform. Somebody will say, oh, Tony Nadi, I've been following him for 7 years. You followed Tony Nadi for 7 years and you don't even understand what he's saying. You don't understand the A of all he has been saying. That means you got 0 in the exam. 0%. Now, if you sent your child to school, and after 7 years, your child is still saying, B. Will you still pay school fees for that child? That child you have to move that child from that school and go to another school because there's some school for people that cannot learn so that they will find out. In fact, you even take the child first for mental evaluation. Yes, for mental evaluation to see whether you're giving the child what is too much for the child, whether the child has some mental issues that needs to be treated because we need to treat them. You don't just continue to pay school fees and say, oh yeah, continue. No, you'll be concerned. You'll be concerned. You'll be worried that what is going on. This child is not able to understand anything. And there's treatment for it. Do you understand? So what we're saying is that we need to make we need to take practical steps. This is not noise making. This is not shouting. This is not throwing tantrums. It's not about burning police stations. It's not all those things that you're doing. It's not about going to some local place, some street in the US and start shouting and calling Tony Nadi's name. You're only behaving like a market woman. That's not what, and even some market women are very intelligent. Don't do that anymore, please. We are begging you. Calm down. Let your brain work because we need brain work in this thing. You need to understand what is your problem. What did we say is the problem? What is the disease? What is going on in Nigeria? Why is Nigeria not moving forward? Why are all these things that are happening to us? Why are they happening? You need to understand that first. When you don't understand what we say is the disease, then the next thing is for you to understand what we say is the treatment plan, then how we want to do it. When you have understood it, you will now carry it to your neighborhood and begin to explain to your neighbors. We belong to different groups. We are in churches. We are in meetings. All these things. You can do this just weeks. In few weeks, the job will be done. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Because the thing about you liking is that once you like it, another person that's in your friend list will see what you're liking and say, oh, what is my sister liking? What is my brother liking? Let me go and see. You see, now you're a partner. You are an active partner, not a passive partner.
Right.
So, my brother, I'll come back to you. Our motto in our new federation and nation states will be based on merit.
Absolutely.
It's merit-based democracy. This is not the democracy that you come because you're too short or too fat or too long or you're buying cars for people or all sorts of things that people are doing that we see them do. You say, what is this they're doing? It's going to be merit-based democracy. As a seasoned pharmacist, what does this mean to you? What do you, when you look at the nation that we're proposing from your own profession, what do you see, please?
Thank you very much. The fact is that meritocracy ensures the best in a society are promoted. When we have that, when we have capable hands in place in institutions of state, it releases the energy in them. It leads to development, unfettered development, and also leads to an organized society. So when you look at various nations all over the world, they are built on merit. I'm not saying they are perfect. The only difference is that, you see, there's consequence for bad behavior. Because that is inherent in human beings. So when you misbehave, you are punished. Unlike the decadent, defunct Fulani Republic of Nigeria, there's no consequence for bad behavior. So we are not taking that into the Lower Niger Federation, especially we from Edo State. No, it's going to be built on merit. So, like I said, you see, Edo Nation is occupying the middle of the rainforest that is rich in flora and fauna. What we are going to do is that the merit we will cherish, we throw up capable hands in education, in research institutes that will exploit this, what nature has given us, to power pharmaceutical industries that will ensure a healthy nation of Edo and thereby the Lower Niger Federation. So it's going to be an emphasis, as from our own experience, we're going to lay emphasis on developing primary health care. Primary health care is going to be the emphasis. That is, we are going to be engaging in sport. We have to prevent even you being sick. What we eat, we have to lay emphasis on what you eat. For instance, cooking nowadays, instead of using natural condiments that nature has given us, people still salt their food with Maggi. And Maggi is poisonous. It contains a lot of sodium cyclamate that is synthetic. It leads to a high blood pressure.
And a lot of
some of the things we now take, you see the explosion of diabetes now in that defunct Nigeria. So when I say we are laying emphasis on primary healthcare, we are going to develop a paradigm, which is a paradigm shift to prevent the occurrence of these diseases in our Edo citizens and other citizens of the Lower Niger Federation. So in end effect, this is going to boost development when people are healthy, when people participate in, for instance, in Edo Nation, we have a College of Physical Education, which is not different. We are going to promote that, to promote sporting activities. You know that Edo, or the different Midwest, or Bende has always been first in terms of sports. So when we gain our independence, we are going to reactivate that and make sure that our people, they live healthy. They will not be sick. So that is what we are going to do.
Please, I want to apply for visa already, so put my name on the list.
You see, what we are telling our people is that nation building is simple. But you have to be building the nation, following the steps to build the nation. It's like, I give you a simple example. You want to cook soup as a woman, and the soup you want to cook is called bitter leaf soup. For those of us from Igbo Nation inside Lower Niger Federation, you say you want to cook bitter leaf soup, but there's no bitter leaf on your table. There is no cocoyam there. There's no palm oil there. Instead, what we have is dogoyaro. You know dogoyaro? That's that medicine for malaria. You have it on the table. Now you went and brought what is Amuna help me? You know, so maybe sand. Bring sand and keep on the table. Somebody will look at you. Is either you are mad, or you don't even know what bitter leaf soup is called. That is how nation building is. The people of the land that want to build a nation, we first of all make the decision, say, yes, we want to build our nation with so and so person. And we have said the only way that voice will be, the only way the people will say it is through referendum. Is a democratic tool. You will say, this is my intention. It's like when we are teaching our children how to drive. You say the person that is driving with you, behind you, does not know that you're turning right or left. The only way you will pass that information to the drivers behind you is your signature, is your traffic, your trafficator.
Yeah, signal. Yeah.
Yeah, your trafficator light. So you turn left or right, indicating to the people behind you that I want to turn right or turn left. I remember in those days in Nigeria, when you see some people, they bring out their hand from steering. They do hand, they say, I'm turning left. Because the indicator light is bad. That's what you find in Nigeria.
Wow.
In every in a place like Nigeria. The person, you just see somebody driving, you bring out his hand to the left or to the right and say, I want to turn. Somebody that is behind you doesn't know what is this person doing. A foreigner in your land will say, why is this person bringing out hand? That's what we're saying, that we don't want to do things like that anymore. This is 2021. We want to follow protocol. We want to build our nation the way other people in the West build theirs. They did not die. And for those of you saying Biafra or death, can you stop saying that? The people in the West did not die to build their nation. At least not in 21st century, by the time they understood what you need to do, they didn't need to kill themselves anymore. After referendum, we talk of constitution making. The constituents will make the constitution. They will decide this is what this paper will govern us. This document will govern us. And this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. And then sometimes you hear us mention charter of relationship. We explain to you that because where we are, we have different. Like you heard us mention Edo nation. You heard us mention Igbo nation. You heard us mention Ijaw nation. These are nations and kingdoms. They're not tribes. The white man lied to you and called you tribe, reduced you to tribe. You're not tribe. You're a nation. You're a kingdom. That's who you are. And stop denying your identity. If you are Ijaw, be proud of Ijaw, because in the nation that we are going into, in this self-determination we are talking about, your language will matter. Your culture will matter. Your food will matter. Everything about you will matter, because you know what? That is your identity. So, but we need to get a charter of relationship that we say, I'm Igbo, my brother is Edo, my sister is Ijaw, but we want to form a federation or confederation, depending on what we agree on. Then we write it down and say, this is how we want to do it. And then we move forward. It's as simple as this thing that I explained to you. And we're telling you people that once this Nigeria is practically defeated, because he has been technically defeated, but we need to practically defeat them. Once that happens, investors will start coming into our land. These things you heard my brother mentioning, we are speaking to many people already, and they are ready to come in. That will start happening. You will start getting job. This is not the type of job that APC will promise you. This is not the type of job that PDP will promise you. This is not the type of job
more Halo will promise you when he wins 2023 election. He will turn Nigeria into Dubai for you.
And he says, when? He should be saying if. Because you will never win. Because the system has made sure that you will never win.
And also, you will become their slaves. You're just in remote control.
Exactly. And also, if you even manage to win, like say like you sold your kidneys to them and won, you will not do anything that will help us, the people. You will only do what the people you sold your kidneys to want you to do, which is what has been happening to us. You saw Obasanjo, what did he do? You saw Good Luck, what did he do? You have been having southern presidents. Have you not been having them? What have they done? And you keep deluding yourself that you're going to do something differently. You only remind me that maybe...
And these are educated men and women.
That's what I'm saying. And because if you're educated, it means that you understand English, and this is we're saying you understand it. The only thing I can think is that you're a criminal. Because if you are not a criminal, you will not be desiring to use a fraudulent document to lead the people.
Of course.
It means that you are fraudulent yourself. If you want to uphold a fraudulent document and use it to lead me, I can only get one thing from it, that you're fraudulent. Maybe the degree you have, you got it through a fraudulent means also. That means you're already used to fraud, that you don't even know that fraud is not good. So you're used to it. Anybody that is still talking about 2023 election using 1999 constitution that we have told you and we have proven to you, and you agree. Because if you don't agree, you will not be doing National Assembly amendment of constitution. That means you agree. You agree with what Ninas is saying, that that document is flawed. That document is a fraudulent one. That means you have agreed. Okay, if you have not agreed, why are you still doing what you're doing? Are you a criminal? What are you? Who are you? Who sent you to us? And that is why we are talking to our people, the indigenous peoples. Power belongs to you. No more will you allow 1% of your people to sell you out. You need to be informed. You need to be part of what we are doing. And you need to carry this campaign. In the days ahead, more of our youths are going to carry these things on their heads. All we do here on Saturday is just to prepare you for what is coming, because we will not take this anymore. That's a promise. Thank you, Sister Mona.
Thank you. So it's time for us to take phone calls. If you want to call in and ask our brother some questions, he's here to take those questions. And our call number is +1 774 338 0942. Actually, I'm gonna have it run on the screen as well. Um, and then the numbers, the number, actually it's only one number, it's on the screen, +1 774 338 0942. I'm going to also add the link. If you want to come in on live, you can do that as well. And then the phone number. So call and ask him some questions. He's here to address your concerns, especially if you're from the lower Niger region. For some of us that are confused about what is being said, maybe now that our other brother is saying it, because brother Tony has lost his voice speaking to you guys about the same thing over and over again. Hopefully our brother is here. He's well educated. He said that even as an educator, he has to educate himself in order to carry on this project. So it's a good time to call. Again, the phone number is +1 774 338 0942. You can actually call this number as WhatsApp as well as a phone number if you are in the US area. So we're waiting for your calls. Otherwise, my brother, do you have anything else to add while we're waiting for the calls? You have to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Sister Mona. The only thing I want to say is that is we don't know what God has given us by allowing people like Tony Nandi, Dr. Agbeyegbe, and other leaders of Lower Niger Congress, and in NTFL, the Nina's leadership has done for humanity by coming out with this clinically finished pathway to redemption that will allow us to develop as a nation, that will allow us to be seen as humans, that will allow us to be seen as pride of the African people. So you have to be very grateful to them. Pray for Tony Nandi, pray for Agbeyegbe, pray for Professor Akintoye and other leaders. It's not easy. We those days were, as students, we know that it was not easy. It is not easy to mobilize people, but with this document Ninas has put on the table, in fact, it is a redemption message. It's a redemption song that we have to sing to all corners of the Alliance territory.
Right. Thank you for that. So I'm trying to copy in the link So I can add it on that comment. Hopefully I can pin it. You can use that link to join if you want to, or you can call in with the phone number that we have listed on the screen. And if not, we just call it a day, because one of the things that we want to do is, if only even 10 people understand today that all we are talking about is constitutional takedown, self-determination, for our self-determination referendum, and then as our freedom at the end of the day. If that's the only three take home point that you understand, we are good to go. And then if you can carry that along to our people, I know there is hunger in the land. People are not paying attention. There's so many other things going on, but I'm telling you, you guys are the ones holding you. It's like, the only way I can think about this is like a door that is unlocked, and everybody keep going by thinking, oh, somebody, the door is locked. The door is locked. Nobody ever went there to push that door to see if it will open. Meanwhile, all the stuff that you dearly, dearly needed is in that place, and all you're doing is just saying the door is locked. You never pushed it. So these things has been done for us. It has been done for us. All we have to do is to key in. The door is unlocked. Get the courage to push that door, and it will open to exactly where you want it to be. So the the link has been posted. The phone number is on the screen. So if you have any questions, concerns, call in, anything at all, this is a good time to do so. If not, Siseki, maybe we'll go with our final words. Some people like to call after the show to talk because I guess they are shy. Today we have to go somewhere. This is a good time to call in and ask our brothers some questions. And we welcome our brothers and sisters from Edo State. Okay, we have a call. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
To accept, press 1. Oh. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Hello.
My name is Charles.
Go ahead, Charles.
My name is Charles.
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
I'm coming from Nigeria.
Welcome.
I'm following the program of Nina.
Okay.
I hope this is the last chat, like their last chat.
Yes, go ahead. Yes. Yes, Charles. Go ahead, Charles.
Okay. So what I want to say is that I really appreciate everything that is happening and all the effort people have been putting in, trying to sensitize the people. And I want to tell the people that of the truth, people are tired of the whole thing that is happening. And people really want to clean. People want to be involved. People want this thing to be actualized. But the truth is, I would say that it is difficult for one thing to be done in this country, Nigeria. In fact, it is those elites, those people that we call thieves, those people we call fraudulent people that are in the National Assembly that are ruling us. Because they are benefiting from this problem, they don't want to leave it. And also, I want to make a suggestion in the lifestyle of this program that you people are doing. Please continue. If it is possible, let's leave the people that are doing radio chanting or whatever they are doing. Let us just leave them out. So that you need to convince them that this is not the right way before they can understand. Because everybody is looking at or looking for who will do something that will bring in freedom for the people. So however you're doing it, are you shouting, or are you talking, or are you dancing? What you really want is freedom. And that is what people want. Right now, what is happening in our land is not because people are protesting or people are doing our job. It is pre-planned something. Whether they did what they did or whether they didn't do it, they will go ahead to kill the people. But what we are saying is that we believe that one day that God will really give us this freedom we are looking for. So let us not be discouraged or think that people are not fully. I want to tell you that, in fact, there are areas that don't even need sensitization. Once you call on this, what's it called? Is it referendum we are talking about? You see that the whole people will vote for it. So what I should continue what you are doing. Everybody is following, please. We are all following, we are happy. We want to hear this thing every Saturday. We want to see if we do this thing. We want to see lecture the people. We want to see sensitize the people. Then all these people that we are talking about that are in the house of assembly, house of Senate and whatever, if it is possible how to get across to them, let them have the understanding that what people have done in the constitutional mature is authentic. But then so they will retrieve their steps by talking about the 2023 election. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother, from Nigeria. Siseki, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. It's just a little thing that we want to add. The only reason we call people that are making noise out is because our people will be killed. It's like something is chasing you, and everybody ran under the table. And then there's a child that is there doing where. You attract the enemy to come and shoot all of us under the table. Meanwhile, we are hiding. That's the only reason we are telling our people. We are going to continue. We have told you before that this thing, we are born for it. And we have seen other nations that they continue. Like in Chile. Chile protested for 1 full year before their military constitution, before they did referendum for their military constitution to be brought down. But in that protest, if you watch their videos, some will go and bring food and come to the table. Everybody will be eating. That is protest. Everybody will pack their children, come to the streets. Do you understand? So we're saying in that protest, please, when there's a call, let me know. In that protest, we want you to be guided. You can see that Ninas, we are not on the streets yet. We'll get there. But there's a reason why we are not there. If we get there now, take our people out there. Like we have some pamphlets that we have our people distributing very quietly. They'll go to the market, distribute it. But by the time those noisemakers made too much noise and brought the military, we had to tell our boys to calm down. They had to suspend their mobilization. Have you seen that are delaying us? We had our boys that were in field sharing these pamphlets to people, getting them informed. The noisemakers attracted the enemy. The enemy started shooting at random. We had to tell our boys, the foot soldiers, the real people that are working on the ground, the grassroots mobilizers, to suspend their movement because it became very risky. They were shooting at everybody. They didn't know who is who. Have you seen you're delaying our work? This is what we are telling our people. Those that are not understanding what we're saying. We're not saying, that you don't have right to make noise. But when your noise is an impediment to the progress of the people, in my village, we'll give you matches. We say, this your noise, this your bad behavior is disturbing the progress of our town. We excommunicate you. I say, stop. You need to stop. That's what we're saying. It's your right to make noise. But when your noise becomes an impediment to the people's progress, have you seen that you have to keep quiet?
Thank you, thank you. We have a caller. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Good evening, sisters, and to the guests. This is someone from Momodu. You saw how related to Dele Momodu. I don't know. All right. Anyway, you are welcome. You are welcome to the program. I think this is the first time I've seen someone from Edo, speaking about these Ninas. It used to be Yoruba or the Igbos also. At some point, I will be asking, does it mean that this thing does not get to your own domain, or are you enjoying Nigeria at the time? Have seen you. I have just a few questions for you. I heard you when you were speaking. You said you were going to Germany. All right. Is there any official forum in that Edo territory that is advocating for this Nina's movement, apart from you doing it in Germany?
Like I said before,
we did. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. You see, in Germany, yeah, we have a group. If we know the history of Ninas, since 2020 came into existence when all other alliance movement in alliance territory joined together to form the Ninas. Before then, we were operating as Lower Niger Congress. We have them. In my city, we have them. In my city, we're able to use the Lower Niger Congress to organize other people. I said earlier that we went to Berlin to protest in this NSAS massacre that took place in Lekki. It was under Lower Niger Congress, which is one of the driving mottos of the Ninas movement. So in the city where I live in Germany, we have. Then in Europe too, we are trying to build a core Ninas Europe group that will mobilize people in alliance territory in European countries so that they will now in turn go back to their territories at home and spread the message of Ninas. So I can say that where I live in Germany, we have Ninas.
Thank you, my brother. And in addition to that, anywhere you have indigenous peoples of Nigeria, that's Ninas. Do you understand, my brother? I give you this thing. You see this? This is the alliance territory, and this is the Sharia territory. So Ninas is a movement, and we explain it to our people all the time. In a movement is not an organization. So all of you, and that's what, like we say, Lower Niger Congress is a congress, is an organization of all the other groups using that platform to say one thing. That one thing we are saying is that we are tired of Nigeria and we need to leave. And we are living, we don't want to die. We do not need to die. Not because we are cowards, but we are saying you cannot kill us for saying we want to possess what is our own. So it is actually a show of bravery to say you cannot kill our children because we say we want to live. So you saying you want to die is not the right thing. It does not show that you're brave. It shows you're ignorant. Because you're not supposed to die for what is yours. It is your right. So all of you listening to us, we have people that are registered as members of Lower Niger Congress. Also, whatever you are doing for freedom, this pathway is for you as well. They did it in South Africa when they came under CODESA. All the people that said they want freedom, this is the pathway. Whatever you're doing, this is the pathway. You need to understand this pathway, because that's the only pathway that will deliver that freedom to you. Based on 2007 United Nations Declaration on the Rights of the Indigenous Peoples, is already settled before we came. All you need to do is just to apply it. Like somebody has pimple on the face. They say, take this medicine, touch on your pimple, it will clear. They didn't tell you to go and manufacture the cream. It's already on the table. This is the name. Take it, apply. The pimple goes. Nigeria is like pimple on our land. It's cancer. Pimple is even good. Nigeria is cancer on our land. Because through that one Nigeria, they steal all our resources. Through that cancer called one Nigeria, they kill us. They destroy us, destroy everything about us. So we need to come together against one common aggressor. They did it in America. Before you have their founding fathers, they noticed that one kingdom was oppressing the people, taking up their rights, destroying everything. They will work from year to year. They have nothing because everything they will use it to pay tax. They say, no, this is not life. We do not want to allow our children to live in this type of system. And they moved and came to here where we are. Just about 7 to 8, 12 of them. We are the founding fathers. And they came and built this civilization that we enjoy. We are saying that we, the Black people, can do that also. And now we don't need to go to war. We have fought wars. We have done all that. No need for all this. We have the 2007 document to use to exercise our rights. And we are doing that. And we are getting successful. The result, we are one step left. We told you there are 16 steps. We are now on the 15th box. This will show people this. Mona, please, if there's a caller, let me know.
No, go ahead.
So we showed you people this. For those that have not seen this, if you go to our website, Sister Mona will give you the website.
I still have followed up.
You see it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we're on number 15. We have one step to go. Okay. Are you asking a question?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. So we have done box 1 to 14, 15 because of COVID, they had to put 14 and 15 together. If you check, you see that constitutional force majeure is actually in 15. But we've not exhausted 15. So we are in 15 now, finishing off 15, entering 16. That's the final step. And you and I can do this without being killed. We don't need to be killed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering that. My dear, it's a no-brainer. So we have a brother here, Chris Video, saying that he wants to join Ninas in Edo State. Chris, I'm not sure where you are, but I just posted the link for the Ninas platform. If you send a text message to that link, if you are in Germany, we'll refer you to our brother, Isi Momodu there. And if you're here in the US, we can work with you. So it's your choice. You have that link there for the WhatsApp group join link. So click on the link. You should be able to join. Or you can text us on WhatsApp on that number. That's 774-338-0942 number for us to get in touch. So let me see if somebody else is calling. I'm not able because I wanted the caller to hear. I literally had to put the phone down on the speaker. So I may have missed some calls for that. Yeah, somebody else called. All right, so I think we can call it a day. If not for anything, we can emphasize that our take-home point is for you to understand that we are looking for constitutional takedown, not restructuring. For you to understand that we are looking to have a referendum or plebiscite as soon as possible. For you to understand that with all of these things, it will lead us to our self-determination. So nothing is a no-brainer. Don't go and manufacture pimple cream. Don't go and be doing things you should not be doing. And in all things, for you to understand whatever you're doing, that this is the nitty-gritty of where we are going, right? The inside of the meat. This is where the plan is, so that we are not deceiving each other. We are not going back and forth. And we're calling on all the churches that are there praying and praying and praying for God to come and do what man can do for themselves. Man has already done it for themselves. It's just that we're just sitting there pretending. For you to begin to share this information to our church, to your congregations. So, sisters, brothers, your final words before we call it a day. Welcome, Oscar Eze. He said he's following from Germany, and Martin Momodu. I'm thinking that must be your brother for joining us. So go ahead and give us your final statement.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Monachi. Yeah, we are appealing to members of Lower Niger Congress, or members of Ila Omo Oduduwa, or members of the Middle Belt Forum, wherever you are, please locate the nearest Nina's location to you and register. Be part of the movement, be part of history, be part of this freedom, which we all cherish. We see, we want to lift the African man up so that will not be used as bad example in the Community of Nations. Nina's strategy will free us and make us real human beings in the Community of Nations. This is your duty, this is our duty. We appeal to you to join us and help us in actualizing this freedom. Finally, I want you to also use all that is within your powers to make sure local politicians in your area do not drag you into another cycle of election that will renew your slavery. Please stop them before they kill all of us. Please, it's an appeal. It's a message to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Stevie, go ahead.
Thank you so much. And our viewers, thank you for watching us. You are partners in this. We are telling you we can do this. It's very simple. You can sing, you can add drama, you can do anything in your community. Mobilize your community members, the group you're in, all those progressive unions that you're inside, all those professional groups, all the groups that you're inside. Mobilize them. Everybody there is an indigenous person, but like we said, you have to be on your ancestral land. So you're not just indigenous person of Nigeria. You came from somewhere. That land where you are from, if you is Edo, you are indigenous person of Edo. If you are Ijo, you're indigenous person of Ijo. Then we come together, collaborate, and get this job done. The work has been done. Your only part is mobilization. What is the mobilization? Where are we mobilizing to? To stop those that are going to take us to renew this 1999 constitution again, like our brother said. It is your responsibility to stop your cousins, your brothers. You must stop them because they are going to give our head for their own stomach, for what they are gaining. They want to give the heads of our people so that our enemy can come and kill us. The only reason your enemy is entering your land is 1999 constitution. And who is giving that 1999 constitution life? Your political parties. Stop them. If you want to beg them, beg them. If you want to cry for them, cry for them. They must stop their political preparation towards 2023. We say we want referendum, and we are talking about regional referendums. True NINAs, supervised by UN. That's so when you're asking, you ask for the right thing so that you get it. Thank you very much. See you again next week by the grace of God.
Thank you. I was gonna share some of the campaign tools that our brother Sydney did. That man is an awesome guy. And if you guys can help us to share, as he's actually producing these things, we are also profiling them on our page. It simplifies some of the things that we are talking about, actually it dramatizes some of the things that we are talking about. So when you see, for those of you that, I guess, this long drama of 1 hour show, 2 hours show is not kicking in, maybe some of the pictures that he has will deliver a knockout punch of the messages that we're talking about. So this wonderful one here said that it dangerously critical. The Nigerian constitution is on life support. Pull the plug. We need to pull the plug to end it now. So I am going to show you guys some of this. And this is what we are talking about in terms of nation building. Whatever you can do, do it well. Do it. Don't sit there as a spectator and wait for Daughters of Truth to get it for you. Somebody said that they're waiting for Sister Augusta to do the last one. To do the last one for them. And that's no way. There's a role that you can play. You may not have the money, you may not have the data, but you have the information to go and share with other people and say, hey, this is the problem. So dangerously critical. The 1999 Constitution is on life support. Pull the plug now to end it. And then it went further to say NINAS, the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. It also shows the website, the www.freedomfromnigeria.com. This website has much information for you to look up to and get the information that you need to be able to share, disseminate what we've been doing all along. And then also you can go to www.ninasffn.org to share even more information. This is another one he did on life support, the 1999 Constitution. He actually hooked it up to some IV pole and some ventilators and all that stuff. And it says no need to amend it, no need to review it, no need to revive it. We, the Nina's territory, Lower Niger block, will do the Wa block and the Middle Belt, we reject it. So I don't know if you guys can help us to share this information. It may help some people get exactly what we're talking about, because it's not making sense. So when you see any of these flyers in any of your platforms, do it some justice and send it out and share, and share. You may be the tool that we need to get the information out there. So don't take it like, oh, this thing looks nice, it's quite colorful, but it also has the important message that we've been propagating all along. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Let me add small, please.
Yes.
And we have a new media outfit in the family, the Volley Media. That's Voice of Liberty International. Please, anywhere you see the material, it's Voice of Lower Niger Congress, telling our people what they need to know. Share it. We have wonderful broadcasters and presenters. Follow them. Listen. There's Facebook page. There's YouTube link. Follow, share, and then Twitter. Some of these things that Samuna mentioned, this colorful stuff, just tweet them because the youth want to see them. He has the link. In that one of the interviews on Volume Media, a youth was talking about having a concise information. So this is part of it. So send them out, share them. That's what you can do. And before you know it, this message will go around everywhere. It's a coded message and we will run with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I want to once again thank our brother Isu Momodu. You are the rock in Germany, and we are going to get home before we know, because we are doing the work that is required. As long as you're doing the work, you're a good student, you're reading your book, turning in your homework, you don't have any other choice than to graduate, right? There's no other outcome than to graduate. So we are going to see this thing to its final destination. So thank you, our brothers and sisters, for joining us. We cannot wait to see you guys next week. Hopefully, I'll come back as an Igbo girl again. Look at me, my stuff.
Bye.
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 Bye.